NoSo Connection. Welcome to the stupidest succession-based NXT podcast. NoSo Takeover. Aaron's a fool as usual on YouTube. If you're watching on
video, we're on.
That was so
Sorry.
fucking funny. This podcast is simulcast video on our YouTube channel where we're cooking hot. We're doing well there. We appreciate you for helping us grow the business over there. And this, of course, is WrestleMania season. So we have a lot of great content, past and present. We got tier lists, we got drafts, we got previews of this year's Mania. We'll have a post show. We got WrestleMania 12 up the ass. Right? We got rebooks. We got wars. Like, we got so much content for WrestleMania. It's crazy. The podcast is also being simulcast on audio on most podcast applications, except for the Aaron George's podcast-based applications of Spotify. You can find us there. So just subscribe across the board, because there's some stuff that's only audio, some stuff that's only video, some stuff is both. If you just sign up for both things, you will catch everything that we have to offer. That all said, we are here on NoSo Takeover, going through the history of NXT takeovers. It is good to be back as usual. This podcast is a little bit herky-jerky, as someone once said. But we're committed to get to the end of this journey.
Who said that?
I don't know. Someone used to say it like twice a week, I feel like. Usually when the screen jumped. JT, Aaron, and of course, the one and only Jennifer Smith here. And we have a fun show tonight, but how are you both doing before we get into that?
I'm supposed to be doing something stupid, so I decided to do this show.
There you go. Perfect.
So I'm a nail biter, and I haven't been biting my nails lately, which is good. I've been slowly defeating the habit. However, the other day I fucking caught my nipple with a nail, and it's been hurting for a week. Like, it's not off, but like it aches.
Do you have like a cut? Like, was it damaged?
No, I feel like I could never lactate again though.
I was saying you're still producing milk. No, I guess not.
No. I don't feel like I could. It's hard to say, really, All
right, listen, we're talking NXT WarGames 2017 tonight. Our last pay-per-view, or I should say last, whatever these were at the time, network special, NXT Network Special of 2017. So we're almost done with another calendar year, which is exciting. But that means we only got 2 more calendar years left, because pretty much 18, 19, a little into 20, and that's the end of the takeovers as we know them for the most part. So this originally was called TakeOver Houston, before they revealed that it would be WarGames as part of the build. November 18th, 2017 for the Toyota Center in Houston. So we continue to be now in these big arenas. They're paired with the big 4 pay-per-views for WWE. So this was Survivor Series 2017 weekend. This is the night before. We have 2 matches taped for NXT television. Ruby Riott defeated Sonya Deville, and Pete Dunne defeated Johnny Gargano in a singles match for the UK Championship. So interesting match there, under 10 minutes. But that's pretty much it for the undercard. We have Mauro Ranallo and Nigel McGuinness, along with Percy Watson as our announcers. And we've talked about Mauro, right? Was he on our last show?
Yes.
Yeah,
he was in Brooklyn. Okay. So we don't need to get into that too much.
He's in full form here tonight, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is full-on fucking Mauro. This evening. Aaron, tell us about the opening to the show.
First of all, there's a giant war theme going into this, like the intro packages in black and white. And am I incorrect in thinking that's Woodrow Wilson talking about hostilities off the top?
It might have been.
I thought it was FDR.
Well, no, he's not. Isn't FDR the one in the wheelchair? Is he the wheelchair president?
FDR is in the wheelchair, yeah.
Yes, I don't think there's
this
much
guy was
footage.
standing. What were you saying?
Footage.
Oh, that is a horrible pun, and I love it.
Sorry, I hang out with Matt Sousa. What can you say?
I was trying to think of a good polio pun, but I was struggling. Mauro would have one.
Yeah.
Like the polio that riddled FDR's body, Johnny Gargano is taking a chair to the head of Tommaso.
He would alliterate it. He'd be like the perfect pundit polio. Like, there'd be some other P words in there. JT, what is your greatest memory of Woodrow Wilson, and why is it the formation of the League of Nations?
Well, listen, anytime you compare Alberto Del Rio, Rusev together in a team, I'm all for it right there.
I do think this whole thing has a great, like, the intro, as much as it's silly with the war and the sirens that the Japanese probably still hear in their nightmares, like they have, that's all still there, but they do a good job of featuring all the big feuds. and telling us who's fighting who. It's set up nicely, I find.
Who's fighting who? Was it weird having a War Games based show without War Pigs blasting fucking 40 times like it does for all the Survivor Series now?
I didn't even know what I was watching.
Yeah.
Generals gather in their masses.
Polio has crippled our fucking asses.
Oh my god.
Three-man booth tonight.
If you haven't heard the show, this is the show. The show's about nothing.
That's what it is. It's about nothing.
It could be about something. No, the show is about nothing.
Jenny, could you please describe for me the shape of Percy Watson's head?
We just talked about the accusations that we've done to her on the show.
What did you say? Octangular? What is that?
Octagonal.
An octagon.
Whatever it is, I wish he had no mouth. I wish the mouth was gone.
I know. I know.
Well, you'd think it is because he barely talks. I mean, it's
Bulbous is another word.
Yes, bulbous is. I'm no joke. Is he the skull from the Crystal Skull Indiana Jones movie?
Jesus.
So he's a famous skull. There's nothing wrong with him. What's our first match, JT?
all right. Our first match is Cassius Ohno taking on Lars Sullivan, by Lars, in the opener here, who Morrow calls a Jack Kirby illustration come to life. So the new Haas in town. I don't believe we've seen Big Lars yet.
I'm the new Haas in town, and my sound's laid down by the underground. Are you guys fans of the Humpty Dance?
Yes.
Greatest
song was not.
No, he's long dead. Cassius Ohno has the crowd chanting, "Oh no," like "Oh no," but it doesn't catch on, and I'm shocked he didn't get over like Bobby Roode. Perhaps, Jenny, you and I underrated him.
No.
Jenny, though, what is your first impression of Lars Sullivan?
Lars.
He reminds me of Rhino with no hair. And he's my buddy Lars.
You're friends with Lars Sullivan?
Mm-hmm.
My good
you
buddy
guys
Lars.
chill?
We go way back.
Oh shit. Is he the same guy from Metallica? Is that the same person?
All the Larses are the same.
Look, I'll tell you, he would have gotten over more if his gimmick was that he hates Napster.
He just hates everything.
You're like Lars, like Napster doesn't exist anymore. I don't care. I'm gonna put it out of business.
Look what it did to us. On top of declaring him a Jack Kirby illustration, Morrow also name drops the one-man gang in like the most long and awkward way possible.
Oh my god! Right out of the gate, he's dropping like the rap fucking stuff. Like
I know,
like look at me, I listen to rap, like that kind of like just jamming everyone in there. He does shout out the Astros cheating to win the World Series. So good on that.
Good, thanks, Morrow.
Which they did. Fuckers.
Who did they beat that year?
The Yankees in the ALCS via cheating. That was when they were banging the drums.
Okay.
And then I forgot who they played in the World Series, but whatever.
That wasn't like the guys in Major League, the Tribe banging in the outfield. That
was more effective.
Yes.
How do you feel about how Nigel McGuinness says Cassius? Like that jumps out in my head every time. Cassius, oh no.
It's wrong. That's not how you say it, but he's British. Like again, I keep coming back like, he went around the chicane. Like it's too like he's in the wrong sport, but I love him.
He's in my Silver Cloud 3 with Lord Alfred Hayes.
Nice hot start to the match with them kicking each other very hard. JT, were you alarmed at all that the referee looked like a mini Lars Sullivan?
Do you think it was meant to be like a gimmick? Like he was going to be like his brother or something?
He really does.
It's certainly a missed opportunity if they didn't go that direction.
Well, and Nigel just keeps talking about like how hard Lars's head is as well.
Right.
Well, yeah, because Nigel starts talking about how thick Sullivan's cranium is and how one would get inside it. And I can't make up my mind if he's talking psychologically or if he wants to split his head open.
Skull fuck him.
Yeah. Skull. Good. We're gonna get this one banned. Awesome. Yeah. You can't even do a hand gesture during a
We're not doing anything.
Brothers match anymore.
Only serpentine.
That's the only one we can do.
Sullivan though is throwing Ohno around. It looks impressive.
Oh no.
I hate Lars Sullivan's body.
Okay. I don't think you're allowed to say that.
You don't think it's a Wonderland?
No, it's like a Six Flags. It's not a Wonderland.
It's like the
like an
Six
old-
Flags Great Escape. It's very run down.
Yeah, in New York. Yeah, that's the one. Great spot though, as Ono kips up to eat a meat hook from Lars. Jenny, did you forget Sullivan's pyramidal body as he threw Ono in the air, caught him, and slammed him to the mat?
No, it was described as beautiful athleticism, and that's what I was thinking it was.
Ooh, because for me, pyramidal, like I find his chest looks like an aerial view of the Giza Plateau with weird like peaks and valleys, and not in the right places. He doesn't have triangular breasts or anything, but it's very strange.
Why would he?
I know.
You're saying he's lumpy? Is that what
I'm
you
saying
mean?
he's pointy.
Pointy. Okay.
He's thinking
It's not-
Fratello was like bigger.
Is that what Rotella's body looks like?
His beard is a triangle.
Yes, and my next note was I hate his beard.
He's an ugly man. I mean, there's no way around.
Yeah.
Even Woodrow Wilson was like, "Man, you're ugly."
You gave me polio.
Wrong guy.
Oh, is it contracted sexually? Is that
I don't know if it was ever confirmed either way.
The story of the match seems to be that Ono is struggling with Lars's power.
By the way, I can make polio jokes. My mom had polio, so I'm allowed. I'm like grandfathered in for polio jokes.
How old was your mom? Was she born in the 1900s?
Yeah, she had it like as a baby or whatever, I guess. Before
Was she in the iron lung? Like how does?
No. I think she's got like a scar on her leg, but she got the medicine and she was fine. But
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. I think my dad had jaundice. I think that's a thing.
lupus? Is it lupus?
It might be. Is it cancer? Tell me
It's two Seinfeld. We're rolling. 10 minutes in, we get two Seinfeld references.
Yeah. The story seems Ono struggling with Lars's power and can only take control if Lars makes a mistake. But when he does take control, Ono, he levels him with massive strikes. JT, what is the obsession with WWE and NXT as a consequence? Dressing guys up like basketball players. Why are they doing that?
I just took it as that this is when Cassius Ono was fat, and they were like, "You're gonna cover up." KO is another one. They put the big wife beater on with the gym shorts. So I think it's just I think it's like the guys that they're embarrassed to have out there, like body types, that they do that.
Remember when King Kong Bundy was on the show and nobody cared?
Yeah, exactly.
Bastion Booger.
But Cassius, like, I remember at the time, that was like a thing, right? That they thought he was fat, and that's why they didn't want to push him or whatever. Because he was there, and then he left, and he came back, and he was like bigger.
Yeah.
And they were like, they kept talking about him trying to get in shape, and he just never goes anywhere. I think because he doesn't.
Yeah, I just think it's a loaded show too. Like it's hard to get ahead on this show, and he doesn't really have a dynamic look, although he's good in the ring.
He's like Taz in 2000, those guys. Like he just gets overshadowed immediately. We talked about others on NXT that are the same way. Like they just overshadowed immediately once the big names start flowing in.
That's it. Ono does come as close as he's going to get in this match with a great cyclone kick. Sullivan gets kicked in the face and then just screams, "I will end you." So then Ono just starts stomping on his face in a good spot.
Ono says, "Oh no."
Jenny, would you have preferred that Ono just continued to stomp his face until the authorities had to get involved?
Yes. I always hope every wrestling match ends up that way.
And it's always surprising when it doesn't, because that's clearly a murder.
Like, every time I'm disappointed, you know?
Yeah. And after all that stomping, Sullivan kicks out at 1 and scares the shit out of Cassius.
Yep.
Like, honestly, a lot of balls to call a white dude Cassius in 2017. No,
it's such a stupid name. It's like it was just a classic Doty at that time where they wanted his initials to be KO, so he could do like the knockout punch or whatever. And even though, because did he debut before Kevin Owens? Like originally, he had to have. No way they're doing Kevin Owens and KO. I'd have to look at like when he first showed up, but it's just like why have 2 KOs? But it was like you couldn't come up with a better. They came up with Kevin Owens. Imagine if he was Kevin Owens.
What other good K names could they have used though? Also, Cassius doesn't start with a K traditionally. Like, on top of all of
it's a stupid name. It's a stupid name.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at when he first showed up in NXT. He's all over the fucking place all times. June 2011, him and Cesaro had their tryout. Yeah, he signed in 2012, and that's when he was Cassius Ohno. So he predated Kevin Owens. So I'm sure they regretted that immediately.
Well, they got the good one. They got the good one and put him out. But all that to say, Sullivan hits the freak accident, which is what his finisher is called, to finish off Ohno. JT, what did you think of Sullivan's finisher and the match?
I mean, it was fine. It was okay, whatever. Like, it's a power move for a power guy. And I thought they did a good job. It was a short match, which I liked. Like, these cards are starting to get thicker, right? So like they have to, and they got a big main event ahead, so they had to kind of trim stuff here and there. So this only was 5 minutes, and I thought that was perfect. We did not need to go any more than that. Like it met its goals in that 5 minutes. It's a hard fought win for Lars. It's a good little Haas match. Puts him over clean, puts him over hard. The commentary was very into him. And they stayed in their zone. They didn't ebb from that zone. So I went 2 3/4. Like, I think they did what they intended to do. Like, and again, this is a match that in the early takeovers would have been like third with 2 worse ones before. But now it's the opener, it's out of the way. And it's just to get Lars over for 2018 where they're going to feature him a bit. So,
yeah. Jenny, did the Leviathan impress you with his on-land debut?
I mean, yes, in that when the school bully kicks the special kid's ass, it's impressive. That's kind of what I felt like during this match. Maybe just because Lars is so ugly.
He's hideous.
He may be the ugliest wrestler ever.
Yeah. And KO, as I will call him from now on, he just looks, like you said, scared, a little bit lost. It was like, oh boy, I challenged this guy when I was feeling myself, and now I'm regretting everything. So I'm just gonna try to stay upright for 5 minutes. Like, that's how this felt to me.
Yeah.
So I'm like 2 1/4 on it.
Yeah, I'm at 2.5. I mean, decent enough semi-squash for Sullivan. I feel like Ohno is left lying like the jobber he looks like. Like, you don't write your first name on the front of your shirt ever. Cassius. Imagine Steve Austin writing Steve across his chest.
Or Stone, as Goldust calls him.
Stone. Chili McFreeze. But it's funny, though, because they're willing to push Lars Sullivan, who's ugly as sin. But Ohno has a couple of pounds on him, and they're like, no, we're good.
Yeah.
What's that fat boy?
Yeah. Right after this match, what is it like, just in general? I know we've kind of touched on it, but you specifically, because JT touched on it already. Jenny, what do you think doesn't seem to be working for Ohno? I mean, aside the tum-tum.
He seems too soft for wrestling. He just doesn't seem to like, I don't know, maybe like he's a real big wrestling fan, or he's really good at teaching people wrestling.
He is. Yeah. He's like a historian. Like, I mean, he's
right. So it looks like, like these were the best days of his life when he was in the ring,
Yeah. I mean, he's a great worker. Like, a lot of his stuff in ROH and like the Indies and stuff, him and Claudio, like Kings of Wrestling, is like one of the best tag teams ever. So like, he was a great worker. This just wasn't the forum for him, and like it just, whatever reason, just didn't click on the stage. And he's just a very forgettable run. Like, he never even goes to the main roster, right? He's like NXT only and then out, which is rare during this stretch. Like, usually everyone at least got a shot before
a battle royal. They get thrown in a battle royal somewhere.
Yeah, so like they show up for a month. And I was like, forget it. He doesn't even never get there. So.
Yeah, and you just have better people, around.
That's the thing, Yeah, we do get right after this match a shot of the British dudes that nobody cares about in the crowd. Like, they don't know who they are.
I thought it made them feel a little important. Usually we show like the big guys in the crowd. I was like, okay, like these guys, they try to put them over as meaning something.
They tried. Then they show the Undisputed Era backstage in the back with Regal, and Regal absolutely towers over them, which was shocking to me because I never viewed Regal as like a big guy. Like,
he's not.
No, and he's much taller than all of them.
I know.
Which was like, oh wow, man, Adam Cole really is small.
He's a baby.
A babe, yes. JT, what's our next match?
Our next match is a big one. It's Aleister Black taking on the debuting Velveteen Dream.
Damn boy.
Listen, we usually give disclosures to these types of people up front before we start their runs on these types of shows. We know that Dream comes with his issues later on, but there is a time here where he is super over and super awesome in NXT, and we're going to cover it. Is what it is. Ends poorly for him, sadly, due to his life choices, which are not the best in any way.
But he still didn't kill anybody. At least he didn't kill anybody.
Thankfully, so let's not jinx anything. Black's entrance though is still elite, and Dreams is like right there with him.
Yeah. Like Black for me, as we start this, Black for me still feels like the next version of the Undertaker, and the whole, and that plays into this story of this match because the whole thing is Velveteen just wants respect and for him to say his name, and it seems like such a stupid detail, but that's going to weave its way through this whole match, and for me, make it much better. And you can say a lot about the WWE fan base, okay, in general, intelligence levels, this, that, the other thing, myself included. But you can't call them homophobic the way they react to Velveteen Dream.
They're all in.
Yeah.
I don't know if his character's sexuality is one way or the other, but the way
it's the first androgynous one since Goldust.
Yes, and it's really laid on thick. But the story's so simple yet effective. Dream wants him to say his name, and up until this point, Dream has slapped the shit out of him, but never gotten what he wanted from Black.
Yeah, he wanted knowledge that he knows who he is.
That's it. Now, JT, were you surprised that Black got the first entrance here?
Not really, because I feel like NXT, I think having him come out first actually means more because they want everyone to focus on him and his entrance. I think they see it that way, and that's kind of in the NXT way. But it also gives Dream the chance to feel like a big deal. And I love his airbrush tights that are like Rick Rude style.
Yeah.
Look awesome too.
Yeah, Black. I mean, we'll get to Velveteen in a sec, but Black looks like such a killer here. And I don't understand how he hasn't been undefeated at every WrestleMania since 2018. He's one of these guys that really feels like they dropped the ball on. Jenny, why don't you though take us through Velveteen Dream's entrance?
It's I think of it less. I mean, I guess this is a word you could use for him as well, but it's very Prince level style.
He's basically Prince.
It's basically Prince. So I mean, I've always really liked they get increasingly elaborate from now. So this is pretty much the tamest that we see. One of these entrances. But it's it's slow and sexy, and he plays it up. The crowd fucking loves him, and I love the tights reveal. It's striking. He's wonderful. I mean,
what I like about it too is a lot of characters like this would be presented in the ring as weak or all show, right? But they don't. He goes right away, right? Which is cool.
He's all go. I love how slow and obnoxious.
Yes.
It takes him forever to get to the ring, and I love it. Right away, though, Nigel does a great job of setting the stage, talking about Black Mass. So, Black's kick being deadly, the most deadly move in the promotion. And Dream's pants are just incredible, with Aleister on them. I love the hip swivel. And the announcers are smart to pick up on Rude and Roberts, which they didn't always used to do. Crowd, though, at the beginning of the match is chanting so hard for Velveteen Dream. And it's a nice contrast from the brawl we just watched with Sullivan and Ono, that Black starts with some really good-looking mat work. JT, what did you think of both guys going to the mat early on?
Yeah, I liked it. Because it shows that, again, if the story is Black is testing Dream, right? He's trying to make him prove his name. Dream wants to prove himself as a wrestler, and not just as a character or a weird gimmick, right? He wants to show that he can work. So I think them going to the mat was that an early way of trying to show that. I like Black busting out the octopus, that looked great. Dream is trying to hang with him. They're mixing in the mind games, the posturing, and it's it's not sluggish. It's deliberately paced, thoughtfully, with a lot of exposition that tells a story. It's a thoughtful pace. It's not just we're just stalling and preening to do it. It makes sense because Dreams knows this is his chance to earn Black's respect and the fan, and he doesn't want to fuck up. and Black's just like cat and mousing him a little bit, right? So,
yep. It's a smart way to start, and you get a really nice sequence where Dream gets tossed over the top rope and really falls right on his face on the floor. Fantastic looking bump. But then Black does this kind of onto the ropes flip and landing crisscross applesauce on the mat. But Dream won't let him have it. He like slithers back into the ring and faces off, then gets up and swivels his hips in his face. Like, I love it. Like, and it's exactly what you said. It's not slow. They're filling every moment with something. Jenny, how much do you think these mind games, like how well do you think these mind games are doing with regards to telling the story of the match?
Oh, I think it's really, both of them are really good at this. Like Aleister Black, I think, continues to do this. Maybe not this well, but him and Velveteen are both sort of it's like a who's gonna blink first kind of thing with both of them, and they are as extroverted as Dream is about it. Black takes it introverted, so it's like a nice mix of styles for their psychological war.
Yeah, and you can tell that the crowd excuse me, you can tell the crowd is really into this and the story, because the crowd is actively chanting, say his name, say his, like they've bought into the concept of what the story of this match is. We get a fantastic camera shot as Dream sits down in front of Black, only for Black to get up and do Dream's trademark like sexual predator pose.
Yeah.
And Dream is like disgusted, but also potentially aroused. Like he got a lot of feeling into that one moment. And then what I like is Dream starts taking control with some punches and pounding in the corner, and he's screaming, say it, boom, say it, boom. Like he's carrying the story of the match into every moment. And it's interesting how Black is having a hard time dealing with Dream. And Dream even asks the ref. He tries to get the ref to get Black to say his name in a great spot. Like, make him say it. JT, what do you think of Dream's offense here, and contrast it with his selling?
I like Black's offense, Dream's offense, because he knows Black's attack is quick strikes, right? And attack that way. So he tries to grind them down and dodge those strikes. Don't allow Black to get up and start peppering the punches and the kicks. So that's like a lot of what he's trying to do. And the selling's great once he gets going, because he sells big, like Mr. Perfect, kind of like one of the big bumps, but not like cartoonish selling. So it's a nice balance between the two. And the counter work off of that is like plays nicely with some good near falls. Then they start to amp up the kicks, and that's when the crowd really comes into it.
Yeah, there's a great spot where camel clutch on Black with Dream screaming, like, say it, like he's just obsessed. Dream is getting more vicious the longer it takes Black to say his name. He's getting meaner and meaner and meaner. And at this point of the match, I was actually kind of surprised at how much of the match Dream had taken. Like, he's really taken a lot of it. But Jenny, what did you think of the mid-match flurry where Black just starts murdering him with strikes and flips?
I really like it. Like, that's what I like to see from Aleister. Those legs. I mean, Dream has some legs too, but you know, those legs are just lethal. And he tries to put Dream in his place quite a bit.
And he succeeds a lot too.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part, and I'm looking forward to kind of reliving this. My favorite part of Velveteen Dream matches is just watching him. As much as he's like, he doesn't shy away from the conflict, but I feel all of his matches, he's just trying to survive the match.
Yeah, he tries to find that opening to win, like hang in, and find a way to sneak it out.
Yeah, and there's a great spot right around here where like he does the Death Valley Driver cartwheel move that he does. And after he hits it, he looks like legit shocked to be in a position to win the match. And his body language is fantastic as he just rolls over and tries the pin. Around this point, Mauro calls Black iconic and lethal, or laconic and lethal. I'm not looking up laconic. I don't know what it means. I'm not looking it up. Black, though, ends up destroying Dream with a crazy knee for a close 2. And then Dream hits that weird tie-up DDT, which kills Black dead. The spots are all hitting. The crowd is biting on everything. And midway through the match, they get a standing ovation. Jenny, is it deserved?
Yeah. The way they built this and the way they tell the story, everybody's hooked, and yeah, they deserve it.
Yes. Another incredible striking sequence from both guys. Dream gets stuck in the ropes a la Andrade the Giant, which I love because he's so good at kicking his legs out without getting loose. But they both get up and Dream eats like the black mass out of nowhere, gives Aleister the win. And I know we usually talk and then talk about the ending after, but I think we need to talk about the post-match here because it's so intertwined to the story. Black is sitting cross-legged in the ring and Dream crawls over to him. Like the whole crowd is chanting, say his name. Dream kind of looks up at him and Black grabs the mic and goes, enjoy your infamy, Velveteen Dream. To the biggest pop of the night so far. Crowd goes nuts. Dream kind of collapses. JT, what do you think of the story and how did it add to the match and did it increase what you thought of it?
Yeah, for sure. Because it could have just been a match between two guys, like a dream match in NXT that, we've seen a ton of these over the last, 5 years or 4 years worth of shows, whatever, where it's just like, all right, this guy's going this way on the card. This guy's kind of parked in neutral. Who's going to win? Who's going to move up? Okay, it's a good match to move up. Like they didn't always have a story to this level involved, and especially worked throughout. I thought Black winning was the right choice. I thought Dream gained enough by showing against Black and like Black acknowledging him after the match was perfect. Like he didn't need to win to move up and to move him along. Like just that hanging with Black was enough for Dream in this moment. You don't always need to win it, but you need to be presented strong and losing. That's what they did. So this is really, really well worked. It was executed. It was different. And I thought it was a fantastic statement for Dream in his debut match. I went 3 3/4 on the match. I thought it was tremendous. And it made sense for Black to win because, Black's up first in the food chain. Like we don't need to sacrifice Black to get Dream over.
Right.
But doing it the way they did keeps Dream simmering without coming down and elevates Black up to be, next, not immediately next, but he's in line now to move up.
Jenny, how ready is Velveteen Dream?
I mean, after that match, we haven't seen him that much on the mic, but he's great on the mic. He's wonderful in the ring. The style's there, the character's there. He's ready. Like, and he's about to blow up, like for sure about to blow up. Aaron, I have a question for you. Do you find that Aleister Black's voice matches his appearance?
No, because of the silly.
It was so weird.
Danish accent. Yeah.
Like, oh no. Thank God we get somebody to talk for you because, oh honey, you cannot do that.
Yeah, no.
You cannot look like that and then sound like that.
Because he needs a deep voice. Like he looks so intimidating, head to toe tattoos, and then I don't know.
He's like Velveteen. I'm like, oh no. Don't say that.
Yeah, you don't need to talk. Get Paul Bearer to come here and walk into the ring.
Crazy Dane.
Yeah. Where are you at with the match in terms of score?
I'm at 4 1/4 on it. Like it's
nice.
It's pretty, like I wondered if it would hold up and I wondered how I'd feel about Dream. But look, I'm on board.
Yep.
Yeah, it is what it is at this point.
Me too. Like I'm at 4.5. Like I loved it. Like I loved it. I think the story was structured really well so that both guys left winners and they're both stronger than when they came in. And that's kind of a rare thing. Velveteen hung with him, which I think no one really expected, but I really dug it. In the back, Regal is now standing with SAnitY, and Alexander Wolf kindly sits down so that Regal is still the biggest guy in the room. So I thought that was very nice. We get a nice shot in the crowd now of Asuka, Finn Balor, and Sugar Plum Funaki in the crowd. JT, how is it of all the Japanese men that have come through that Funaki had this job forever?
Yeah, I don't know. Something just clicked backstage, and I think he was humble and just kind of did what he had to do and hung around. I mean, he was good in Kaientai back in the day. Like, so it's not like he was some scrub. He just kind of turned into a little bit of a joke with the Indeed stuff later on with with McIntyre, but yeah, they had lasting power. I'll take him on commentary or announcing over Percy Watson, who literally just adds nothing to the show. Like just
Zero.
He gets a soundbite in every 10 minutes, and that's it.
Yeah, and once you've got Morrow and Nigel, like they talk. Like Morrow kind of over talks a bit, so like we don't need another person in this booth.
Nope.
What's the next match, JT?
All right, so it's for the vacant women's title. It's a fatal 4-way. Ember Moon, Kairi Sane, Nikki Cross, Peyton Royce. It is Sane's debut here in NXT. So pretty big show. Like we debut Lars, whatever, but Dream and Sane both first takeover appearances. The title had been vacated by Asuka, who gave it up to move up to the main roster. And I'm torn on that part, right? Like,
Good, because that's my question. Like, how do you, at this point, 'cause we've talked about it a lot, finally, how do you feel about Asuka just being stripped of the title?
I don't like it. Like, it's a great moment in the end when she hands it to the new champion. It feels like a passing of the torch. And I get it, but if they just never gave anyone else a chance to get to her level or be elevated by her. And don't tell me she needs to go to the main roster undefeated, because that's BS. Like, it did not matter anyway. No one cared if she loses one match. You know, and I think the winner here is the one who got screwed the most by not beating her. And she had multiple chances to do so and would have been a big pop when she did it. And I think Brooklyn was the time. And our last takeover, like I would have done it there.
Me too.
I think it was perfect spot for it. It would have been a huge moment, a huge pop. It's a great match.
Yeah.
And then that's it. She can move off and right off to the sunset.
Yeah.
It's what everyone else did. You know, you protected her so much that she became too big for the division, but you had someone that was close to her, and that would have been the trigger to pull.
Or you could have done it in a 3-way or 4-way. Like there's ways around it if you really.
No, I think she needs to be pinned. I don't know.
I agree, but even if they wanted to play it safe, they could have, right?
Yeah.
Jenny, her aside, how do you feel about the 4 women that are in this match?
I really like these 4 women, especially Ember. I mean, we know how I feel about her. She's had great matches. She wants this the most. I feel like she's the #1 contender out of these 4. Kairi, you know, she's a little ball of fire, and I love her, and we'll get to really get to see her shine in NXT, I think. Peyton, same thing. Nikki, you know, I like her. I have a soft spot for her. So, I mean, I think this is a really good matchup.
I know my favorite is Peyton Royce. Oh my God.
I know.
She's in her bag already with the iconic stuff. Like, she has that gimmick down immediately. Yeah. Like, it shows big time here.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're really good at kind of playing that line too, where it's almost inappropriate, but they keep it like.
Yeah, and I like too having Sane in this because she earned it with the Mae Young Classic.
That's right,
which is cool. Like, so there's a story to her being in here. Like, she won that and kind of vaulted her into this spot.
Yes. Nikki Cross apparently hangs out under a bridge with barrel fires.
Yes, she does.
I'm not sure what that says about her, but it's there.
It says she's cool.
Well, look, I agree. She looks like a total badass. I just feel that if she just walked calmly to the ring, like she'd be so much of a stronger character because she looks scary and then it's all over the place. Like she's running around like a muckluck, and I'm not impressed.
Muckluck.
JT, is there any discernible reason why Kairi Sane is a pirate?
My guess, Aaron, is that she watched WCF March Madness in 1995 and heard the announcer
talking like a pirate
for 30 seconds and decided that's going to be my character. I don't know. I don't know if that was her character in Japan. I just don't know enough about her career prior to coming over. My guess is it was something like that. But I'm into it. I like pirates. I like pirate lore and pirate princesses, and I like Kairi Sane.
Did Japan even have pirates?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, I know they did in Pirates of the Caribbean, but I don't know. Jenny, do you agree that Peyton Royce is the most deserving champion in WWE history?
No. No.
The Iconics are
all right. I think maybe she's just like a close second behind Francine. This is also the era I find where every woman's hair on the roster looks like candy of some kind. It's always some sort of bright colored candy, but a really nice chaotic start off the top. I like it because so many of these matches where you have like 3 or 4 people, they end up pairing off. But this one, they all just fight together, which is a nice change of pace. 6-spot early where Nikki gets powerbombed by Ember onto the floor. And Mauro actually doesn't oversell it. He says sickening thud, and he's right. Sane and Moon seem to have some great chemistry together too.
Yeah.
But Jenny, how do you feel about Sane stomping around the ring like the Ents of Fangorn Forest?
I like it because it looks like she's having a little hissy fit. She's, you know, she's
like when a rabbit is angry.
Right. She's going insane. Get it?
In the memory.
Oh!
I cannot believe that Mauro didn't fucking work that in. Kairi Sane is insane in the membrane.
Kairi Sane in the membrane. Yeah.
I like it when, because she's tiny, right? She's tiny. So I like it when tiny people do hilarious shit like that.
Like when Adam Cole's going to fight later.
Right, exactly.
They also keep calling someone in the match a Venus flytrap. I think that's Peyton Royce, but that's like being called a kitten. Like I could crush either one of them very easily.
That was more Asuka back in the day with the lesbian pollen, right? Wasn't that kind of like she was like a Venus flytrap?
Say lesbian pollen?
Yeah, wasn't that the thing? That was like the big internet like meme about her, the lesbian pollen. She was so seductive.
Oh, I thought she was releasing a pollen that went and made someone a lesbian. Is that a thing?
Like,
you become a lesbian?
The pollen. Yeah.
Is that what hay fever?
She was so attractive.
It's hay fever. Lesbians have hay fever.
You get
great sequence. Great sequence as Moon dodges a Sane spear, only for it to hit Royce.
Yeah.
Serious question, because I know I've been busting. I actually find Peyton Royce is probably the weakest of the workers.
Yes.
JT, how do you think she's working in here with the others that are clearly a step above her?
I think she did fine because in these kind of matches you can hide for a bit and then just come in and hit your spots. Like I liked the Tower of Doom where she leads it, coming with the German. And I thought she showed she could hang a little bit. And again, she didn't have to carry the show. She could just play her spots here and there. Ember was clearly like on a mission to show she was a choice, and she had to win this match. Like she had to be the choice. Like she's blown so many chances with who you're in there with. Like she had to be it.
Yeah. I mean, I thought there was a lot of great spots, especially as we're going towards the end, but nothing prepared me for Peyton Royce's bridge off the perfect plex. I mean, Jesus Christ, like breathtaking. But they go through the great sequence at the end, complete chaos. Everyone's hitting their finishers. And then Ember hits the Eclipse on Cross and Royce out of nowhere to win. Jenny, are you satisfied with this moment for Ember?
I feel it comes a show too late for her. But that being said, I thought she was great in this match. I thought this is one of the better 4-way matches of the women that we've seen. Because we get a couple of those, but I thought it was probably as best as they could do, given that it should have been last time. But the crowd was really into it, and she really popped for it too. So
I love the double insane elbow too into Royce and Cross before the finish. That looked great.
Yes, it did.
Sorry, Jane, did you give it a grade?
I'm at like 3 3/4 on it.
Yeah, I went 3.5. I thought it was good to give Moon the moment. She needed it for sure. Like, there's a world where they give it to Sane here, right, to get her jump started. But like Ember really deserved it. And again, I do think it's hurt a little bit by her not beating Asuka. Like, I just think, to Jenny's point, Brooklyn was the spot, passed the torch that way, and really put over Ember. So it felt a little bit like, okay, well, you won because she was gone. You know, like, and it wasn't fair to her because she was good enough to win while she was there. But with Asuka gone, it's kind of addition by subtraction in a way now, even though as great as she was, because the women's division can level back out. Now it feels like we're all back on a level playing field. Like if Ember defends against Peyton Royce next month, it doesn't feel too crazy, right? But Peyton felt like she had no fucking chance against Asuka with the way the booking was done. So
she did. Yeah, like what was your score, JT?
3.5.
Yeah, I'm at 3.5 also. Like I'm with you. I don't think this did Ember any favors, and I wonder if it may have been better for her to not be in this match and have her beat whoever won this match, because she felt like, because she was the last challenger and lost so many times. Yeah, it really felt like she was only winning because Asuka was gone.
I agree.
Whereas if she had been hurt from the last match and then gets the first shot and then wins it, I think that might have helped her a bit.
Or you could
more.
have Peyton get a banana peel win, or if you want to give Nikki the moment and then have Ember win it in January or whatever.
That's it. And I think it doesn't help too that I feel when Asuka's giving over the title, I don't think she means to, but I feel it almost feels patronizing because it looks like she's giving a toy to like a child.
Yeah,
she's dominated her soul.
Come on, no, I thought it was sweet. It was sweet.
Well, it's something they had to do. But yes, I do agree. It felt a little patronizing.
Like, you could never beat me, so here. That's how I felt coming out of it. But I think it's a very good match. 3.5 for me. We get a really
that moment would have been better if they had never fought.
Yes, 100%. Or if they I agree. The ideal situation is probably Brooklyn. You probably just beat her at Brooklyn. But if you're going to go back to Ember, I don't know if this is my favorite way they could have done it. We get a pretty horrible product placement with the ring and cage toys at the announcer desk when they do that shit. And then we get Regal talking to AOP and Roddy in the back, and AOP just tower over Regal, which makes me scared for Adam Cole later. We get Kevin Owens in the crowd wearing an Undisputed Era T-shirt, which is cool because those are his friends.
I love that.
We get
some real guys in the crowd here.
Yeah, I love it. We got Samoa Joe in the little Rascals hat. JT, what's the next match?
So before we get to the last two matches, did you guys feel weird not having, and there's a reason why there isn't one, it's essentially the main event. This is kind of like the first TakeOver with no tag team title match.
Oh.
And it's such a staple of TakeOvers. It felt weird not having one,
Well,
and no DIY, no tag titles. Like it felt a little bit like the first TakeOver that felt a little off in a while.
I guess the cage kind of made up for it.
Yeah, I mean the titles are basically in there, but it just feels like we've had like a big tag title match on like every TakeOver. Even if it was a stupid Ascension, it was like something, that was like one of the hallmarks of.
True.
I think Fatal 4. I think we've had one on every one. So
well, and it's curious that they added SAnitY to the match.
Yeah,
like I mean, because they are kind of the odd team out of the three we're going to talk about later.
Yeah,
and if they wanted, they probably could have done a SAnitY tag title defense against somebody.
Right. Yeah, you could have dropped a stupid Ono match and whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh no. All right. So again, a little bit different for TakeOver this time, but it makes sense. The NXT title match is not the main event, and that is Andrade Cien Almas taking on Drew McIntyre, who won the NXT title back at the in Brooklyn, ended Bobby Roode's reign. And generally, when like it's the semi-main, you don't think you're going to get the title change, but you kind of knew Drew was here just to like work the rust off and come right back. Yeah. So, and Andrade has really turned the ship around. Like he was someone we talked about that, like the type of wrestler who had been like kind of passed over in the past of NXT that had the promise but he really stuck to it, found a way to make it work and got over in this new heel character.
Yeah. Really like off the top, like really nice build. Like, I think this is part of the rehab you're talking about, was Zelina Vega setting Drew and Almas up as equals who have been through the same stuff. I like that because that there was a nice little reset for Andrade. I do think it's kind of a dumb reason for Drew to draw out accepting the match.
Right.
Like, he has to come and tell me he wants the match. Like, why wouldn't he want the match? Like, for the championship. Yeah. JT, what do you think of Zelina as the mouthpiece for Andrade?
It's a perfect fit. He needed something. It's right out of like the Lita Edge playbook and Trish and Christian, where like you just put the hot, female brains like with the guy who can work but just needs something extra to help get him over. And that was the final piece to get Almas over. And they look great together. They fit like physically, they fit together. Like they look like they would be together, right? So like that to me, they just look like they have the same vibes. Almas is needed. He was such a nerd with that stupid fucking hat. It's not a surprise that as soon as he loses the hat, he gets cool, right?
Way up.
And so like that really is a big glow up that he had. And like, it's just really cool because as we'll see throughout the match, like this is a guy that it's a very poor man's version, but like Rock or these other guys that were booed mercilessly as faces. And as soon as they turn heel and get cool, the crowd's fucking into him, right? And it's like, this is his moment. He's a heel. And after being so milquetoast for a year, the crowd is fucking so into him at this point. So,
yeah, it's really interesting because Andrade comes out with really solid heat, which is such a contrast from just like 2 shows ago.
Yeah.
Like it's a really fast glow up. Andrade's hair is so tight. His outfit is so blue. And then Drew comes out looking like, Jenny, describe Drew's look on his entrance.
Well, his skin looks like a baked potato. I feel like he went a little hard in the tanning bed or the bronzer or something. But other than that, it's all Scottish God, okay?
Yeah.
He looks fucking tight.
Like, that's a man.
That's a fucking hell of a man right there.
That's a man. Like, if I saw him coming out of the woods, I'd be fucking terrified.
Boy, I'd be running straight for him.
He can just have me if he comes out of the woods.
Sir, what's up?
He looks like a killer. He is a killer, probably. The kilt just sells it all too. Like, yeah,
Wonderful.
Okay, great. Like, later on, they bring in the sword. Not necessary. Like, I feel like
he can still cool.
Yeah, but he could fight a bear with his bare hands, looking like this. I feel like
he looks like the first, like, maybe since Joe. Like, I mean, Knock was cool like a Rocks, but like Drew looks like the first real main event superstar NXT champion. Like
yes,
yeah.
Like, well, and if you didn't see him on the Indies, the last time you saw him was 3MB.
Right. Yeah,
and now this comes out. Oh, he's angry. I love.
Oh, that's it exactly.
These pants are getting tight. Drew, I love. He comes to the ring and he lays out the title on the mat like Hulk Hogan in the '80s, and I'm here for it. Like, you can tell he loves that shit. The lighting in the intros make Drew look like the hairiest wrestler since George Steele, though. Like, the light is catching every strand of hair on his chest.
That's okay.
They stand off at the start, and Drew is a head taller than Andrade. And I always forget how big he is. Like, and I think this is the moment where, at least I saw, this is a WWE main, like you just said, JT, this is a WWE main eventer. Like, he just looks, he's got it. When you see how big he is, and like Andrade has to reach to give him a headlock. Like, he can't even, yes, like, it's an effort. But JT, how did you feel about Andrade's opening salvo to start the match?
Yeah, it was hot. Like, he comes out, and it was an interesting strategy because it's like how Almas negate the power, right? And he tries to control early. Drew's tossing him around a little bit. And I like the spot where he's laying on the ropes. Is usually like preening he does, and Drew just kicks him in the fucking face.
Yeah.
And he's locked in early. Like, he's countering Zelina. He's fending off Almas. But then once Almas gets control, he grinds on the arm for a while, right? And he's trying to, detach Drew's arm to like kill the power offense, right? Disable it. So
yeah, like that's what he has to do. I love after he gets kicked in the face, Drew lands on the outside, and Zelina tries to do a Hurricane Rana, but Drew just kind of pops her back on the apron like a gentleman.
Yeah.
Then Mauro says this. He says, "There's only one way that Almas can walk out as champion: pinfall or submission."
That's it.
What? Are you sure?
Those are the kind of, but like, you can't say one way and then give us two options. Drives me insane.
Like FDR went from 2 terms to 3.
And Woodrow Wilson was buried. Drew just starts throwing Andrade around. It's magical. Jenny, what did you think of the spinning back elbow that Andrade threw that was so subtle that the announcers missed it?
Well, I think he had to warm up a little bit in this match. He had to find his footing a bit. Bless his heart.
I do love Drew countering the Poison Rana. Great spot that sells Drew's strength. Not a great spot where Drew jumps into the post on the head scissors. Like, that was a big jump for him to go in. But Andrade salvages it with like a spectacular Mamma Mia moonsault to the outside.
Yeah, that looked awesome.
Yeah. And look, I really think there's some really nice high impact stuff from Andrade here, which is what he needs to do against Drew. JT, though, why does every Hispanic wrestler need to do that Tree of Woe stomp from the top rope?
Yeah, I don't know. They teach it,
Is that what something Mil Mascaris is teaching in his academy? We get to the point of the match where they start hitting finish level moves on each other. And I was aghast at how smooth the Future Shock DDT was for Drew. Because he used to like have a delay, but this was so fast. It looked so incredible because of that. And as I was typing that, Almas hits like running knees to the back of Drew's head, and it looks like Drew might be paralyzed. Like, he
Well,
hit him
Almas
so
kicking
hard.
out of the future shock was great. That was a good spot.
Yes. Yeah, great spot. Jenny, what did you think of Vega's spike Rana on Drew, where she drove his head into the mat?
That's pretty sexy.
Yep. They could be fucking too.
Yeah, I mean, it's she climbs him like a tree, yo.
Well, and that near fall to
Lucky
DDT
bitch.
after she finally gets a window to strike. And that's another great near fall on the DDT off of that.
Yeah. The crowd is so cool here. They're cheering both guys, which is great because they clearly like both of them. Another neat spot where Zelina trips Andrade, so he avoids a Claymore. I thought that was neat. And then, like, Andrade kind of hangs Drew on the top rope, only for Andrade to grab him, and he DDTs him like as he's draped over the ropes, destroys his shoulder legitimately, and wins the title.
Yeah.
JT, how about the emotional reaction from Andrade on the win?
It's really cool because, again, I think he knew, like, he was probably close to the chopping block. He was probably close to just being a 205 live job, right? Like he's not going anywhere, and then he completely turns everything around, and finally wins the big one, and like has his moment, and the crowd pops for him, like I said earlier. I love the save by Vega after the Claymore. The sell on the Claymore was great, and she pays off like throughout the whole match. And I love the closing because all these bombs, but the kickouts are believable.
Yep.
And I like that Vega helps him at the end, but she's not why he wins, which is good. I like that. He wins on his own. It does suck that Drew's bicep is like completely torn apart on that finish because they almost get through the whole match. So that delays his ascension up to the main roster. But this match to me does feel like the work rate is back at the main events after Rude dragged us down a bit, right, for most of 2017. So you see this match like, okay, we're back. Good for Andrade to become the guy. Drew looks like he's ready to move on. For this not to be the main event slot and to still be this good in a big moment was awesome. The only thing that was weird was we didn't get the usual entrances here. Like, I don't know why we didn't. Usually you get for the world title matches, they all have like big entrances in one way or another. So we don't get any kind of big like crowning entrance for Andrade here. But I went 4 stars. I guess this is like a hidden classic of the NXT era. Like, you kind of forget about the Drew run here. But I thought he was great in both matches he has. And you wouldn't have thought of him as a transitional champion, but that's exactly what he is for NXT.
Yeah, Jenny, was this the right choice to end Drew's reign? And was Andrade the right guy?
As much as I hate to say it, yes. I've not been his biggest fan. This has probably been his best match that we've seen, for me anyway. And Zelina gives Francine vibes here for me. Like, she is just that good at what she does in this match. It's perfect. Like, it's impactful, but like JT said, it doesn't win him the match. She picks her spots, and she's lethal. And I think she compliments him so well, and I give her half the credit for what's happening to Andrade right now. Because sometimes that partnership is what makes you level up, right? You find somebody you work with, and you can find a story, you find your character, you find your voice in the ring and everywhere else. So I think that's kind of how this looks for him. And Drew is amazing. I mean, he just is. Yeah. He's awesome. So I'm at 4 stars. Yeah, still is. I mean, he ain't never not been. I mean, baby Drew was something different, but this guy has been killing it for a long time.
He's starting to save wrestling.
4 stars.
I think it's a great match. I'm at 4.25. It's just a great war with a quick but credible end. And I love Andrade going nuts on the rampway. He's going crazy. He drops the belt. Like, his energy is so fantastic that it almost makes me forget that he's holding the title up upside down the whole time. Before we get to War Games, they show a shot of Triple H. Like, there's a shot of him like with holding his cuff. Like, he's going to be on Facebook Live after. And boy, does he look young and full of life.
Oh, he sure does.
Like, he hasn't been through everyone bitching at him for 3 years. Like, he's happy. Going in to this War Games, JT,
it was like Woodrow Wilson before his presidency, you know?
Before the World War One.
Right.
JT, going in as a longtime fan, how did you feel about the cage and the lack of a roof?
It didn't bother me as much because I get why they didn't do it. Like, they care more about aesthetics and safety. Like, the old cage, the War Games cage in WCW was especially the older ones. This is dangerous with the low ceiling. They wanted to allow for high spots and that kind of shit. So I'm okay with that. I actually think the bigger issue is having the 3 teams. To me, that didn't feel right and kind of went against the vibes of the classic war games. And I get they're trying to put their own spin on it. It was cool that they just brought the name and the idea back. And I love that, as we'll see, Paul Ellering's involved and that they call back to him being like involved in the old ones. I thought that was really cool in his past experience. We'll talk about it. But and the other thing I like about it is it feels organic. It didn't just feel like that time of year for war games like we get now. Oh, it's November. We're going to have war games. Hell in a Cell. This actually felt like they built to it naturally, and that this was the next show.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And the match coming up is, JT?
Our war games. It is the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, baby, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish against the Authors of Pain and Roderick Strong, and SAnitY, Alexander Wolf, Eric Young, and Killian Dane are here.
Yeah, fun stuff. Before the match, Morrow uses so much alliteration. I just want to smash my television. He's like, comrades of chaos, team of temptation. Fuck off. Like,
the cage has become a great wolf lodge as Alexander Wolf.
The wait in line. We do get a great recap of the whole situation, which is good beforehand. Jenny, how do you feel about Regal's delivery on the word war games?
How does he say it, Aaron?
War games! But it's become like the thing that he comes out and everyone's just like, is he going to say it?
I like it better than like something that would be drawn out like war games. I just like he screams it at you.
Yeah, war games! He's mad. He's mad, and that's what you're getting as a
war.
consequence.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
What is it good for?
I second the fact that they have Ellering there. Like, I think it just ties into the concept.
Yeah, he was in the first ones, and now he's here.
Yeah, it's great. But that being said, when they show in the recap, they show a lot of the WCW ones. Like, and I'm like, oh man, it just made me sad that WCW was gone. Like, it was so colorful. Like, everything was so colorful. JT, are you surprised that they called the cages they're going to sit in shark cages instead of some dumbass name they could trademark?
Yeah, I'm surprised at that time they did. If this is the main roster, it would have been something stupid.
Yes.
Captivity cages or
it's
the cage-like structures.
It's not quite a cage. SAnitY makes their way out first. And to be honest, this group has kind of won me over. As much as I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, they've been good.
Like, it seems like a dumb idea to have Eric Young leading a group in 2017, but they've been pretty consistently good on this watch, I find. That being said, Young is starting for his team, which feels like strategic suicide. I don't know. And that's actually some pretty good alliteration, by the way.
Strategic suicide. Just like the assisted suicide of FDR.
Of Canada. That's what we're doing now. We're killing our citizens.
Yeah, why not?
Did FDR kill himself?
No. I think polio killed him.
Has any president killed themselves?
There's a couple that are trying.
Fingers crossed.
Don't talk about JFK that way. He died.
You think he set up the shooter?
It's an inside job. We all know there was something up.
It is time. I'll tell you what's awesome though is the Undisputed Era entrance.
Yeah,
like, it is locked and loaded. The Bay, the timing, the boom,
I love it.
Everything is there. It's packaged. It was ready to go.
The only thing I didn't like was when they all stand and do their stupid hand.
No, I love it. Give me that. I
hate
don't
it.
care.
Aaron, we did the WrestleMania drafts, right? We talked like comfort food manias, like 4 and 5, and this is comfort food takeover era. Like the Undisputed Era takeovers to me are the comfort food of NXT. Like I can watch this shit like all the time. Like this is this one just dialed in. We're obsessed with NXT. It was bigger than the pay-per-views when it would be on the weekend. Everyone was dialing in on Saturday night to watch it. Like it was just super cool.
Well, and the other thing too, like it's funny, we talked about this when we did our when we talk about matches sometimes about how, like, you know, Nakamura comes into WWE and he's a bit of a disappointment all in all, right? Well, I find like Red Dragon, so O'Reilly and Fish come in and they're better than advertised.
Yeah.
Cole comes in, he's better than advertised.
They were great in ROH coming into here. Like they were the dominant force, you know, from 2015, 16, like 17, like in ROH, they were everywhere.
Yeah. Adam Cole is starting for their team. See, that makes sense, unlike Eric Young. Yeah. Jenny, where does the Undisputed Era's entrance / music rank among the all-time greats for you?
Oh, man. It is it's like top 5.
It's great.
You always think of Cole with the boom, but like O'Reilly with the Hogan belt guitar, like is always part of it too.
Love it. I love it.
Shock the system.
Schmuck the system.
Schmuck.
That's what you get for that.
The system. Next, AOP and Roddy come out dressed like Operation Desert Storm. Roddy, like it's just a lot of camouflage.
Why, Roddy? Why?
Yeah,
baby, you can't do that. You're not big enough for that.
Yeah,
you're
he's so much smaller than his partners. It's so ridiculous. But Roddy is going to start in a full flak jacket, and then the 3 starters get in the ring, and we're going to see where this goes. But like they just calmly stand and wait for the bell to sound, which I don't know how I feel about this start. And then they start strong with Cole just getting kicked in the face a ton. JT, if these 3 would fight for real, who's coming out on top between Adam Cole, Eric Young, and Roderick Strong?
Eric Young seems like the angriest and scrappiest. He's got a little Jesse Pinkman in him, so I think it's him.
Jenny, who's the weakest of the 3?
Oh, that's Adam Cole. That's Adam Cole.
Yeah. I think that's probably the power ranking. It's Young, Strong, Cole. I think if they teamed up, maybe they'd get him. I can't make out what it says on the back of Roddy's shirt, and it drove me insane the entire match. It's like a weird C, like it looks like it's cursive. And anybody wants to put that in the comments, that'd be great. This match also starts off a bit slower than I remember. Like, do these guys hate each other or not? Like, it feels like it's like the Nazis and the English just like shoving each other at the start instead of hurling bombs.
Well, look, they got a long match ahead. They got a pace.
Yeah, you got to kind of ramp up in these fucking wargame shits.
And Cole was baiting guys in. Like, he's a smart guy, right? He's not going to let them. He's not going to go too crazy early on.
Yes. Undisputed, I guess, win the coin toss or whatever it was backstage. And Kyle O'Reilly comes in, and I'm like, oh, they're going to do one at a time. But then they let 2 guys out at the time in the cage. Jenny,
the whole team comes in, and that's it. So it's a real big advantage.
It really threw me off. I was like, oh, I guess I didn't listen to the fucking rules of this shit. But
I think it just would have been too long. Like, if they went one by one, like that would have been a lot of fucking entrances.
Once they all got in, I was like, oh, I'm so glad they did it this way, because it would have taken another 15 damn minutes.
It's just it's funny we're talking about that because it seems like you guys are finding the match to be long already. But
I like the match a lot. We'll talk about it. But
we'll talk about it.
I just wanted to get cooking.
Yeah, but at first I was like, this is not fair at all.
Right? Yeah, no, it's a big advantage.
Yeah. Undisputed Era beats everyone down, and already I am sick of Mauro screaming, "The match is not official!" Like, we get it. We said it. Said it 1,000 times.
He was edging so hard to say the match beyond, the match beyond.
I know. And then I don't even think he said, did he say it finally?
I think he did.
Yeah, I think he did. But I feel like this sequence where the Undisputed Era is in there, it's 3 minutes of walking around, and they're giving a fairly mild beating to the 2 guys.
Yeah.
Like, you'd think they would be beating the living shit out of them for 3 minutes. JT, what did you think of the segment? Because next out is AOP. What did you think of the segment before AOP comes in?
Yeah, I think you named it. It was just like them just dominating UI and Roddy and just kind of trying to control and wear them down. You could tell they were kind of killing time for that point. It's just an interest. I think it's just there's no template for this type of war games match, right? Yeah. So like they had to kind of figure out what the fuck they were going to do. It's definitely a match where it takes a while, and in those early points, you're like, oh, this is like overrated. Like, it's not holding up. And then it's one of those ones that as it cooks, you're like, okay, I'm going up my grade. Because like as it keeps kind of cooking, as it heats up toward the end. But it's one of those ones that definitely needed everyone to get going to really move. Because when AOP come in, like things ramp up right away. Like they're throwing people around recklessly. They almost kill Cole and O'Reilly, and the crowd wakes up with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like AOP is really fun throwing everybody around, and poor Eric Young has no one and is just being repeatedly murdered over and over again.
That's why he was a good choice to be first.
Yeah.
A really fun spot is AOP throw partner Roderick Strong into the others in the ring. Yeah. Like, I will say though, because they spend so much time setting up these elaborate spots, Like, for instance, they have that spot, the AOP, where they have the two Death Valley drivers while the opponents are in the Trees of Woe. I feel that you lose some of the match flow. Like, that was the fighting in the old War Games matches. What do you think about that, Jenny?
Well, I think that in those old matches, there was also a lot of guys laying around all the time. Look, it's not new. There was some laying about in this, but that is, to me, part of the damn cage match in general. But when you got this much guys, maybe you shouldn't have that much laying around.
Yeah, maybe. SAnitY finally comes in, and the match has now officially started. If he does say the match beyond, it's here. I really hate that Alexander Wolf is fighting with his jacket on. Like, you had 30 minutes to take it off in the Carnage cage, or whatever you want to call it. Like, SAnitY is all about the weapons. Billy Clubs.
Thunder goes up from here.
Yes, I love the weapons now. That's my shit.
And I like when they chain the door, so they're all staying in.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, you know, they got chairs, they got clubs, and of course the idiot crowd chants for tables. JT, why would you take out a table when you could watch someone get their head smashed in by a police baton?
The Dudleys have done more irreparable damage than anyone ever.
I blame the Dudleys.
The awesome spot though is Dane hits the Michinoku driver, sit down splash combo on Cole and Fish, and then carries O'Reilly and Strong. And it's a Samoan drop fall away. So just like crazy power.
Yeah. Great stuff from him. He's great. He also has not taken off his vest. I don't know what's wrong with him.
They're cool.
And then finally he takes it off.
Want to
he's
rip
got
their
a
nipples
chain
with their nail or whatever.
Yeah. And like when he takes that vest off, I feel bad for asking for him to take it off because he is way hairier than Drew McIntyre. Dane then but you know, you mentioned him locking the door, but he also swallows the key.
Yes, that was great.
Yeah,
I love that.
That was a rough night later, I'm guessing.
And
I'm sure it was fine.
Passes. Morrow then says he's the key to success for SAnitY, and my hard-on goes away immediately. Just disappeared. Jenny, did your hard-on go away when he said that?
Yes, it did.
I thought it might. The match does pick up once everyone's in. JT, do the camera shots where we see everyone waiting to get jumped on hurt the match for you? Because I feel there's a lot of them in this one.
Yeah, I think I'm just so desensitized to it, but it is one of my least favorite tropes, and it's done a lot, especially in Lucha, where like the guys stand and they're watching for the guy to jump into them. It's just, but it's such an accepted practice in wrestling. Kind of is what it is, but I mean, it really spirals from here. Like the weapons, the kill shots.
Yeah.
O'Reilly wrapping Wolf with the chain into the cross arm break. Like this is a lot of cool near falls and saves here.
Yes, and just the big stuff from like Dane throwing everybody around, and then Dane and Rezar fighting between the rings. Jenny, where's the beef?
It's between the rings.
Herb wants to know.
As the match goes on, I really like the spots, but I just feel there's a lot more lying around than I remember in this match. A lot. JT, for you, was part of the original War Games the sheer chaos? Because yes, in the original ones there was lying around, but I feel like there was always someone fighting at some point, like punches and kicks.
It was usually pretty nonstop. But I'm sure if you went back and really watched those, there are probably stretches that are a little bit like this that you just forget about because you just remember the high spots. But yes, it felt like there was a lot of consistent energy. And I'm curious, like as we move through these in the next couple of years, if they figure out the style a little bit better. Because again, I think it was such a new match type for them to unveil. I think they just were trying to figure it out as they went. Because you can tell more modern wrestling is when they have these types of matches, everyone's just in there fighting. And that's why it ramps up as soon as they're in there. They all kind of start hitting the fast spots versus like the numbers game. It just isn't something that's as intuitive in wrestling these days. So.
We do get some cool spots though, where pins are broken up with like Eric Young jumping up the top rope with an elbow, a Bobby Fish moonsault. I like that. Another
the
great
double
spot
Tower Doom powerbomb was cool.
Oh, that was sick.
Stays up top.
Yeah. Jenny, as the big spots are starting, in your mind, does that help or ease some of the meandering from earlier on?
It helps it, but also you can see when they try to formulate the bigger spots, right? And then they'll like linger where they're supposed to be, and you can see them setting up the spots as as opposed to it flowing a little bit more naturally.
Right.
But then again, the big spots, they kind of pay off, right? They
That's true.
they look pretty great. So it's like, it's just sort of like a nitpick about the timing of how they
Yeah.
that stuff.
And while we're at it, since you're a fan, take us through Roddy Strong's offensive bursts.
Well, bless his heart. He, I think, look, I love him, but I don't think he is the smartest tool in the shit. And
He married Marina Shafir.
I think he gets a little lost maybe sometimes, meanders, and then somebody has to clue him in on what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I love that Tower Doom spot you mentioned. I think the best part is Cole being left alone.
Oh yeah,
great.
Yeah. Again, it's such a small thing, but it's a character beat that really helps. AOP beat him up, but then take 2 minutes to set up the tables while everyone lies around. But it does pay off with Alexander Wolf super German suplexing one of the AOPs to the table. JT,
well, he's got that nasty gash as well.
Yeah, like describe what his head looked like, because it's bad.
Yeah, it's sliced apart. It's nasty.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Then we get an absolute terrible camera shot where Dane tries to put a trash can near O'Reilly in the corner, like setting up the Van Terminator, and it's just clearly Roddy just holding it there. And I understand that's the reality, but cut away, please.
Yeah, just don't show us that.
Yeah. Cole has climbed to the top, which gives us a giant Adam Cole baby, which is great. Strong has had enough, though, and climbs up to get him. And the crowd is chanting, "Please don't die," which is great. Jenny, how did you like the superplex spot from the top of the cage?
Look, again, it took a minute to get in the spot, but I can see. I mean, you're at the fucking 20, 25 feet in the air in the corner and on top of a cage, and you got to get it just right. You can't just new jack that shit. So, the jostling in position, it's kind of important on spots like that. So, but I thought Roddy killed it. Like, I thought it looked great. The way he hit the mat looked so fucking brutal.
Yeah, and I think they did a good job covering that one because they kept the camera on them up top.
Yes.
Like you didn't see them. Now, if I'm going to criticize the bad camera shots, I have to praise the good because there's an incredible shot after that of Strong trying to pin Cole among 10 other bodies, and it's kind of from overhead. It's actually a really cool shot. Everyone hits some stuff, and then it comes back down to Cole and Strong, which is like, I think the strongest storyline for the match. Young and Cole are left. And after they fight, Young and Cole are left. Young struggles to his feet holding a chair and then kind of kindly holds it in front of his face for Cole to kick it into it. And Adam Cole gets the 3 count from there. And here's where I have to be honest before I throw it to you guys. The first time I watched this, I was at 4 3/4. I was a huge proponent of the match. JT, I think you watched this for the first time with me.
Yeah,
right?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
And I was like, you have to see, I pushed it. You have to see this. I really did not like it this time.
Really?
Yes, because of all the meandering, of all the bad camera shots, of Eric Young holding the chair in front of his face, of O'Reilly holding the trash can. I just found it was so labored. Like, help me out because I'm somewhere between 2 1/4 and 4 3/4, and I don't know where to go.
Yeah, and I want to give them credit too because I think it's a tough concept to pull off for the first time in a big spot, right? So and they have the legacy of WarGames hanging over them that they have to deliver on, which doesn't help, either. So, kudos to them for trying, right? I do think it felt a little bit long at the end, but I do think the heat was there with all the big spots, and they really hit some bunch of cool big spots at the end.
Yeah,
I really love the superplex into the crowd because you don't get that a lot. The end did feel a little bit anticlimactic, as you described. Undisputed Era needed to win. They're the clear main event guys of this whole fucking thing. They needed this win. Absolutely. Cole getting the win and being established as the guy out of the guys was also a big piece of this. I thought once it got cooking and the weapons got added, it worked. And I think it shows that this didn't need to be crammed into WarGames as a 3-way feud. You could have either had just the tried and true WarGames formula and just done Undisputed Era and AOP and Strong, and maybe find them a fourth on each side. Maybe you get rid of that opener and you put Lars, you put SAnitY in a tag match, get them out of here. Put Lars with Undisputed Era as like a hired gun, and then whatever face you want to throw in, if you want to put an Ono or whatever the fuck on the other team, right? And just make that War Games. I think that's good. Or don't do War Games and just do a triple threat inside a cage or a street fight, because that's what they're more conditioned to do at this point. But again, I'll give them credit for trying. It was a start. A lot of wild offense, a lot of big bumps. And I kind of like that we got a main event spotlight on guys that you don't usually get one for. So like SAnitY gets a main event, Roddy Strong gets a main event, AOP gets a main event that's not carried by DIY. So like I like that they got some spotlight on different guys. That was cool. And it's a strong main event overall to close TakeOver. So I went 4 1/4, which I felt right. Like to me, it's not an all-time main event, but I do think there's a lot of really good stuff in here, and I want to give them credit for trying to get over this gimmick that hadn't really existed in a long time.
I feel similarly, but I think the problem with this is less the match and more of the fucking camera work, because I think they did not figure out, and the guys laying about a little bit. Like I get you're selling and other guys are doing things that needs the camera or whatever, but you still got to be doing other stuff. Like you got to be kicking a guy while you're laying there or something. I don't care. But at the same time, if the guys are doing what they're doing, you use your camera to not show us that shit. I think it could have been avoided. There could have been less of that we knew about. And they just kept going. I think they just kept wanting to show the 2 rings and the cage. So it just kept going wide. It just kept going wide when you need to feel like you're in the cage. You want to feel like you're in there with them. You don't want to see everybody's fucking dead bodies laying around. And they could have used the cage a bit more for me as well.
Yep, that's fair.
There wasn't a lot of big smashes against the cage that I like to see. But I do like the weapons. I thought that was great. And I do give them credit for, the gimmick, because I love this, the gimmick overall. So, yeah, I mean, I think that little tweaks here make it a lot better, but I'm still at 4 1/4 on it.
Yeah, I just don't know. I'm probably going to land around 4, I guess. But, it just didn't feel like a war. It felt like a wrestling match with spots. Whereas, I think back to something as simple as the 96 War Games with the NWO and the Horsemen and Sting and Luger. They didn't have all these weapons and all this and all that and the tables and the big spots. But you had Lex Luger in a Scorpion Deathlock with Hogan pulling his neck up and Scott Hall kicking him in the back. It's so simple, but it felt like they were clawing for every ounce of victory, which is what a war is. But anyway, that's me. Maybe I'm being too hard. That's the show, by the way.
All right. So moments, we had War Games revived, Lars Sullivan, Velveteen Dream, and Kairi Sane's debuts, the formation of the Iconics, Ember Moon winning the women's title in her home state. We didn't talk about that. So that was cool for her to win in Texas. Asuka hands her the title. Almas winning the NXT title. Again, we thought it was cool. Arn Anderson, Dustin Rhodes sitting ringside for the War Games, which is cool. And then Undisputed Era winning the first War Games. So those are your moments. For our awards, for MVP, I went with Almas. I thought he was fantastic in that title match. The turnaround he had from being the guy we used to kind of shit on every episode to that reaction and being somewhere excited to win the world title. I just thought his overall character development and performance was great.
It's not a bad pick at all. Mine, though, is Velveteen Dream. I just think he's so it's just such a, and I don't want to seem like I'm going to trivialize his real life situation, but he was such a force on this show. And almost right away, the most interesting character on the show in one match.
I completely agree.
LVP, I went Asuka, and I don't know if it's fair because it's more the booking. I just think it's shit. Her being there is so patronizing to Ember. She never put it over, and it kind of the women's division was the pride point of NXT, and she kind of tanked it a little bit in a way by being. It's not her fault. She's so great, but she kind of ruins it.
Yeah, I could see that. I do think it's a bit unfair because I bet she would have gladly jobbed.
Oh, I'm
if they
sure.
asked her.
The booking of Asuka, maybe, I guess, but whatever.
Yeah, I honestly don't think anybody look, my problems with the war games aside, I actually struggle with the LVP for this because I thought everybody had a pretty good night, which is why I just ended up going with Percy Watson because
he's kind of our go-to when
but he's just irrelevant. And if it is least valuable, you could take him out of the show and it wouldn't even make it better or worse. You wouldn't even notice if he was gone.
It's true. I'm gonna give it to whoever the cameraman was in the cage.
With the switcher, it's a director probably backstage. That
Whoever I need to blame for that, but that was not a great choice.
All right, match of the night. Based us on grade, I went WarGames.
I went Dream and Black, which I wouldn't have told you before I watched this show, but it ended up being my highest ranked, and it's the one. If I had to watch another one right now, I'd put it on again.
I think they have the same grade for me. But yeah, I'm going to go Dream and Black as well.
Down.
Felt like WWE, absolutely not. No,
not even close.
Final grade, I went 8.5 out of 10. I have it the same as Brooklyn, a little bit better than Chicago. I like we're kind of out of the quagmire of the sagged main events with Rude. So we got a hot world title match. We get a cool creative main event. And the rest of the card was very good, right? We had the debut of Dream, which was cool. Kairi's debut was cool. Moon winning the belt was a big moment. The opener was whatever, but at least like we talked about, it was real short, 5 minutes. So,
yeah, I'm at an 8. Going in, I would have thought I was more close. I was closer to an 8.5, 9. But again, the main just left a sour taste. But 8 is still the best show. I know it was high on Brooklyn 3, but before that, nothing had even touched 8. So I think it's a very, very strong takeover.
I'm gonna agree with the 8 as well. This was very good. It just you gotta save room.
Oh yeah, we got some big ones coming for sure.
Yeah.
All right, trackers for debuts. We had Lars, my buddy Lars, Velveteen Dream, and Kairi Sane. And for departures, we got a few to talk about here. So let me start peppering them out to you. First, sadly for you, Aaron, is Peyton Royce. She's done here. So NXT grade for her?
A+.
I would do a
dreams
solid
in your actual
B.
reality.
Solid B for me.
Yeah, solid B is probably fair.
Double
B
double B.
She's not double B, I'll tell you that much.
All right. So main roster, maybe the same. Like the Iconics are really good.
Yeah.
B plus, B
Maybe
plus.
B plus. Yeah.
They could have done more with them. That's a team
too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
They're like a modern Lay Cool, just similar. All right, Drew McIntyre NXT grade is an interesting one. Like I feel like normally we'd maybe go NA, but he's got 2 matches. He's really good in both of them. He's a nice torch passer to Andrade, like B plus maybe. Like I feel like he's only around for like a few months, but he does a lot and he's strong in it.
I think it's B. I think it's B plus A minus. Like it's in there because he doesn't do anything wrong, but the length probably dings him a little bit.
Right, that's what hurts.
Yeah.
Main roster A plus.
A plus.
Yeah,
for sure. Okay. Alexander Wolf. Oh.
I want to say C plus B minus because he's
he's
one of these guys who's good in everything he does, but he's not memorable at all.
Forgettable. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think B minus feels right because the SAnitY stuff we really liked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember him on the main roster at all. Does he ever go up?
I think they go up shortly, but just give him a C. Like, I think it was inoffensive, but if he even went at all.
All right, C minus. And then Eric Young.
I think B plus for Eric Young in NXT because he like kind of shattered any expectations I had. I expected him to be terrible, but everything he was in was good, at least on TakeOver.
All right, WWE grade.
Similar.
Yeah, C minus.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyone going in the Hall of Fame from this group?
Peyton.
Anyone in the Hall of Fame from this group? Yeah, Drew's interesting because, like, is he around? Like, it's short, but he's really effective. Like, we got Bo Dallas in there. Like, he's short. We got Paige in there. I know they're kind of like the founders, but
Yeah, I don't know. To me, he's just not there long enough. And I
Yeah.
know Bo Dallas and Paige, but they're the first champions coming in. And I don't want to short Drew because I love him, but
I'm okay with not putting him in. I think he's not NXT to me. Like I think that's part of
that
it.
makes sense. I'm good with that.
Yeah. And
we're
giving an A+ for the main roster, right? So
right.
Mm.
Anyone else? No.
No, I mean we could consider SAnitY as a group, but I don't think so. I don't think they quite make it.
All right, so our Hall of Fame is Bo Dallas, Cesaro, Paige, Ascension, Adrian Neville, Tyler Breeze, Enzo Amore, Big Cass, Carmella, Chad Gable, Jason Jordan, Samoa Joe. In our elite tier of the Hall of Fame is Charlotte Flair, Kevin Owens, Sasha Banks, Sami Zayn, Bayley, The Revival, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Asuka.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right, that'll do it. It's a lot of fun breaking down War Games. We'll be back. Our next 2 episodes are going to be huge. We have Philadelphia, hopefully in a couple weeks. And then after that, we'll have New Orleans. So, I mean, those are 2 monster takeovers that we're really excited to talk about. I think we're hitting the real awesome, like 18-19 stretch is the best to me of the takeover. So we'll talk about all of it. Check out everything at North-South Connection. Till then, you've been taken over. Talk to you in a couple weeks, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Yui.